Our group was doing a lot of work on migrations, and there was a lot of interest in conserving migrations, kind of trying to figure out what are the obstacles that these animals face as they're moving, and what are the ways that people can work together to make those migrations easier. So we created the Wyoming Migration Initiative in 2012.
The primary factor that makes mule deer unique amongst many of the others is just their level of faithfulness to where they live, where they migrate to, their summer range, and the route that they occupy. The only way we begin to understand and piece together how those animals survive and persist within that system or don't can only be connected when we're able to view that across a longer time period.
So the goal here was to do a long-term study. In this winter range where we're at, there's actually 3 different strategies. Residents that live year-round here, medium-distance migrants that go up to the southern Wind River Range, and the long-distance migrants that make the world's longest migration.
At the surface, they all look like the same deer, but under the hood, and when we look at it from a nutritional perspective where we can measure their change in body fat as they transition from one season to the next, there's a lot more that's going on behind the scenes that you begin to understand them more for how they persist and make a living, and how intimately and closely they know their landscape and are tied to it.
So yeah, I've been doing mule deer captures in Wyoming for 4 years now. I chose 3 other guys, one of them who's got me into mule deer to begin with. They were all very excited to come. It's their first time. These deer, some are within a half hour of where I live. And yeah, I've been out filming the deer all winter on the winter range, and they've been looking like summer condition. Really good looking deer, looking healthy, and it's good to see the numbers coming back.
It's been a very mild winter, so the animals are in pretty solid shape. Most of them are pregnant with twins, which is pretty common as well for mule deer. Only a handful of singletons today, and 2 sets of triplets today, which is always kind of fun to see triplets.
We get like this little glimpse into their life, and of course the collar then gives us, their whole track over the last year. And deer 665, she followed her mom, lost track of her mom, and then just passed her mom and kept going, and then did this little walkabout into Idaho and came back, and she makes a migration that's over 200 miles. We just fit her with a new collar that has a satellite transmission and basically keep better tabs on her.
We collared a deer today that lives right where I shot my buck this past fall, so I'm gonna look for her this summer and fall and see if I can find her.
We sort of like get all this information about each animal in about 20 minutes, and we let them go, and like instantly they're wild again, and they're gone, but we still have a little bit of their story, which becomes part of a broader story, the story of the whole population and the whole migration.
As we think about the importance of migration, we think about conservation, is we're not just protecting places on the landscape, we're protecting the memory that the animals that live on that landscape have to those places.
It all ties back to migration being this key foraging strategy. If you migrate, they just do better all across the board, and they're really the engine of the herd. And now there's kind of been this sort of approach of like mapping migrations, putting those maps on the ground and figuring out where the problems are. Groups like the Mule Deer Foundation are using those maps to guide where they should invest in modifying fences to make them wildlife friendly, or do habitat enhancements where we can make the best investments for on-the-ground habitat conservation.
I asked if it was okay if I brought my son. He's 13, and he really loves mule deer, loves hunting mule deer, watching mule deer. On those trips, it's easy to teach a kid why it's important to do this work going forward. The future of these deer kind of depend on the future of our youth, right? Like, they have to carry what we're doing forward.
It takes collaboration from our state and federal agencies to our nonprofit partners like Mule Deer Foundation and the other entities that are pouring in, making these projects possible. That also means there's that many more people that care, and we couldn't do the work we do without all those players.